I know how to hold a grudge. I can send a bridge up in smoke. And I can't count the people I've let down, the hearts I broke. You ain't gotta dig too deep if you wanna find some dirt on me. But I'm learning who you've been ain't who you gotta be. It's gonna be an uphill climb. Oh honey, I won't lie, I ain't no angel. I still got a few more dances with the devil. I'm cleaning up my act little by little. I'm getting there. I can finally stand the man in the mirror I see. I ain't as good as I'm gonna get, but I'm better than I used to be. I pinned a lot of demons to the ground. Got a few old habits left, but there's still one or two I might need you to help me get. Standing in the rain so long has left me with a little rust. But put some faith in me and someday you'll see there's a diamond under all this dust. I ain't no angel. I still got a few more dances with the devil. I'm cleaning up my act little by little. I'm getting there. I can finally stand the man in the mirror I see. I ain't as good as I'm gonna get, but I'm better than I used to be. I ain't no angel. I still got a few more dances with the devil, but I'm cleaning up my act little by little. I'm getting there. I can finally stand the man in the mirror I see. I ain't as good as I'm gonna get, but I'm better than I used to be.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light, and the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done." Every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he'd finished speaking, he turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the deal is done.
And all them parasitic people will see how my complexion holds up when I cross the river. It took a day or two to translate that I'm in desperate need for shelter. Take Camio ni Cuchillo if I can get out of this weather. Rosa laughed at my appearance, turned her nose up in disgust. Willis como marrano, and my name forever stuck. Avelina, knocking at my door. Avelina, coming back for more. I made a hand at shooting goats and forming miles of eucalyptus. Jokes of tones of skin, they let me run a business. Them Sinaloa collectors caught some wind of my new presence. It's time for me to fly the coop and get out of this desert. Avelina, knocking at my door. Avelina, coming back for more. And the threat of getting caught. My shoes have all but melted, but I dare not risk a stop. Presidio looks like paradise, and Texas looks like home. Them Sinaloa collectors will never know I'm gone. Avelina, knocking at my door. Avelina, coming back for more.
night trying to keep my eyes open. The generator's busted and the AC's broken. I'm talking to the Lord, hope He helps us get there safe. And we made it to the show, now we're singing to the crowd. We're playing encore and they're screaming real loud. Try to get home early, but I know that ain't the case. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on. Breakfast in the morning from 7 to 9, but we just can't seem to wake up in time. We grab a cup of coffee and we're off to hit the road. Now we're running on fumes, no time to kill. We got one more show and it's a shitty doorbell, breaking my back just to make a couple more. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on. Yeah, it's another hotel room, sleeping on the floor. I'm hurting in the morning from the night before. Pay my dues, I'm eating, love the road. I'm coming home, baby, leave the porch light on.
I grew up with stories about the ghost of Boot Hill, Teddy Blue Abbott, and Scandalous Bill. And boys are all gone and now them holes have been filled by the bodies of cowboys who left no wills. And some are sadder than hell. You only hear them stories when you're out on the range with real old boys on the real old plains. Not rodeo riders or farmers of the land, not a singer in a bar room or an ag businessman, just that old campfire tales. And I heard the story back when I was a kid about a crafty wild stallion and he stole mares and hid. They couldn't kill him cause he stayed out of range. He was a saber-toothed rocket with a human brain, the king of the plains. Old Tex watched him for many a year, and he followed his footsteps and he learned what he feared. He staked out for geldings, the fastest he had, in 20-mile stretches across 100 miles of land, a gumbo and hard pan. Early next morning he spotted his prey and he built to the stallion on a horse named Bay. And they jumped two fences as they tore across the plains, hazing that stallion towards the next horse exchange. And he gave Bay the reins. He got off Bay all lathered and sore, and he saddled up Red and went a running some more, hazing that stallion across Badlands and Sage, with the stallion and Tex all caught in a rage of a horse that won't cage. sure-footed and quick on his feet, and they went chasing the stallion in the Montana heat, steady missing a beat. The last horse was Blackie with the sun getting low, and that western horizon beginning to glow. The stallion, he stumbled and fell with his pride, but he got up a running, and damn how he tried. Then he fell and died. I've talked about horses, but I ain't mentioned Tex, or the blood on his shafts from the blisters that bled. 100 miles running had taken its toll. That stud was his hero, his heart and his soul. Until now he didn't know. Old Tex looked on the ground where he died, and a defiant look was still a glare in his eye. The stallion had stumbled and died in the sage. It all represented the end of an age, the end of an age. I grew up with stories about the ghost of Boot Hill, Teddy Blue Abbott, and Scandalous Bill. The boys are all gone now, them holes have been filled by the bodies of cowboys who left no wills. And some are sadder than hell. Some are sadder than hell. Some are sadder than hell.
There's a want and there's a need. There's a history between girls like her and guys like me, cowboys and angels. I've got boots and she's got wings. I'm hell on wheels and she's heavenly. I'd die for her and she lives for me, cowboys and angels. We ride side by side, a cloud of dust, a ray of light. My touch is her temptation, her kiss is my salvation. She's sweet, I'm wild, we're dangerous, cowboys and angels. Not sure why her path crossed mine, accident or grand design. Oh, maybe God just kinda likes cowboys and angels. We ride side by side, a cloud of dust,